Well, hello everybody. Let me get everything all turned on here and turn that off. And let's get Black Sheep in here. Hey, Black Sheep, how you doing tonight? You here?
Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
I hear you. I hear you loud and clear. I hope everybody else can too. So you can try and keep me on track. I'm not going to be able to keep me on track this week.
I don't even know if I should try.
No. Let me go. Let me go on this one.
Be free.
Be free, young man. Be free. So, the intention of this is to talk about ArriveScam, but I think that's talked about enough. Everybody's talking about it. I'm gonna. ArriveScam is the inspiration of this down the rabbit hole, but I don't really want to spend a lot of time talking about ArriveScam. There's so much. It's everybody's beat it like a dead. I probably can't say that phrase on YouTube. We wore it out, I would say. So, my idea behind ArriveScam is actually, let's look at it a little broader, okay? We keep blaming Trudeau for all the failings that this government constantly doing. But I think we're forgetting the little side factor here, because Canadians have wanted to get an election going for a while now, and we know how incompetent this government is, but we're forgetting this one little detail. I'm trying to remember what it was. Yeah, I can't remember now. Something about, I don't know. What was it again? Oh, right, ArriveScam. That's what I got lost in what I was talking about again. Yeah, it's kind of like getting beaten. Like, this is ridiculous. Just type in ArriveScam and just everybody and their dog is talking about it. I don't really want to spend too much time on it. I want to talk about it as another instance of this government's failure. And one of my pet peeves about this is under Justin Trudeau, okay, and this is just Wikipedia, which is, I hate right and left, but you might as well say it's a left-wing thing, okay, and these are all the, air quotes, official scandals in Canada since 1873, okay, and I've gone through them. And it actually works out that since Justin Trudeau has become the Prime Minister of Canada, okay, there are equivalent amount of scandals under Trudeau and the Liberals, okay, as every single, since Stephen Harper here, every single Conservative or leader of the Conservative Party scandal since 1873. So, I mean, ArriveScam is in this one. It hasn't been updated yet. The ArriveScam app here is listed as one of the scandals, but there are, many other scandals that we've seen, right? And
Oh,
go ahead.
I just want to say that Kalia said Happy Valentine's Day, and they'll be joining us to watch it tonight. And
Why don't I
Michael
have
says,
Oh,
"Hi, Windmoor."
hey, Michael.
Or
How you
Mikhail.
doing? Or Macau? I do believe you are an artist, if I remember correctly. It's been a while since I've seen you. But one of the things that we always do, and we're doing it again here with the ArriveScam app thing, is it's all Trudeau. 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 Oh, look, we're leaving Trudeau out of it. Oh, we're back to Trudeau. It's kind of funny. Pierre Poilievre sticking on the Trudeau. Hey, if Poilievre is listening or somebody talking to him, listen up to what I'm about to go through here, because this would probably be a good idea for you. All right. So anyway, we got all these different scandals, and there's many scandals here. What do we got? Name should not be presented there. Well, I guess it should, but yeah, I'm not happy about that. Let's just roast past that. The Nazi one there, okay, which is still ongoing because now we find out the incompetency of that one. Okay, it goes back to Trudeau. His staff. But, you know, you got, did I count this one? Yes, Liberal Party, Justin Trudeau. The Chinese interference one, okay. Yes, they had, who he appointed was associated with him, but they were also very well associated with the Liberal Party, which is important because a lot of these, they all stem back to the Liberal Party. Okay, but I want to bring us all the way up here to, where is it? Justin Trudeau, Stephen Harper, Strippergate. That sounds interesting. Political Canada, in which federal immigration minister Judy was accused of providing favors to people who helped with their political campaign. Oh my goodness. Let's not fall off the rabbit hole yet. This is the one I want to bring you to. The sponsorship scandal. Do I have it already open? Yes, I do.
Mikkel said he missed all of your streams, and he said he said he is the artist.
I thought I remembered you. I met you, I think, I want to say it was on Coda's stream, but I'm not 100% sure. It might have been somewhere else.
Well, thank you for joining.
Yeah, thank you for joining, man. You look at the hallmarks of this ArriveScam thing. Basically, people are getting slush fund, you know, paid off and everything. You know, kind of like, you know, this $1 billion green fund. Yeah. They don't do anything about it until after. $1 billion green fund received after a whistleblower complaint. And those whistleblowers, they got fired and everything, right? But they were padding more supporters' pockets, the same as they're doing with the ArriveScam here. Okay. But it's a consistent theme, not just with Trudeau. It's also the same theme that they had in the sponsorship scandal back in Quebec, where they were paying for advertisement companies that did no work at all for the projects that they were assigned. But they were political insiders that they helped funnel money to. That's what's happening here with ArriveScam and SDTC. It's not a Trudeau thing. We keep blaming Trudeau. And yes, he's a moron. 100%. My child minister acts like a child. His brain works like a child instead of an adult trying to friggin' make serious decisions. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna not tirade that moron. Like, these are all the exact same. The sponsorship scandal, SDTC, the ArriveScam. It's all the exact same. So it's not a Trudeau thing. It's an actual Liberal Party of Canada thing. We're going to get back to this page in a few minutes here. But there are more scandals than what are just listed here. You know, the incompetency of this government is unbelievable. Like, you remember the passport offices, don't you? Like, you remember how incompetent that was? That was just just unreal. And then we have the military shortage where you can come with your pink hair and we will supply you the meds to do whatever kind of changes you want to yourself. Join our military policies. How great that's working out for retention. I already spoke about SDTC and their relevance to, scandals that is not on this list. These aren't on the list here of all these Trudeau ones. So the 13 Trudeau and Liberal Party ones since he came into power is equivalent to the 13 leader of the Conservative, every leader of the Conservative Party and Conservative Party political scandals. Trudeau is all the way back to 1873. It's just unreal. I'm just babbling on. You can interject at any time, right?
well, I mentioned it when you mentioned this, is that so the Liberal Party has doubled the whole debt from all time in Canada in their, 8 years. And they've also had that many scandals. It's just, like, are they trying to get the high score?
Yes. I guess that goes with the child brain, eh?
That's why you call him a child minister.
Yep. No. Yeah, they have the highest debt. Let's see, here we go. I think it's this one.
Well, it's basically the number debt. Like, it's in the trillions, or it surpassed a trillion.
Yeah, 1,100, no, blah, blah, blah. $1,173 billion right now. It's even higher than it was last year when we were bitching about it. Or 2 years ago when we got to this point.
So it must have been half that back in 2015 or 2014.
15, it was at 628.
Well, there you go.
Wow, that's quite
pretty
the
much
swing.
Doubled. Yeah.
That's all our ArriveScam apps, our SDTC, our carbon tax, our what was the other one there?
Bailout money and also
Bailout money?
CERB.
CERB.
Like, all that COVID nonsense.
Oh. Yeah, well, that would have started. Oh, no, I guess that would have been in 2021. Yeah, that's where the CERB is. And now we're just paying. Look how much interest we've gained since then. Like how much it jumped in 2022 again. Oh, yeah, and this is for our. That was the other thing I was looking for. Our purchase agreements with major corporations that produce healthcare supply Pfizer. Fuck it. I can't do it. I couldn't do it.
Oh no, what have you done?
I know. I said the do not say word. Well, forget, that's included in here. That's probably a really big chunk of this. Yeah. And this is, our war with Ukraine and equip everything. Yeah. So yeah, it seems like he's like going for top 10 list. But I think we need to stop calling it just Trudeau. Because this isn't Trudeau. This is incompetency of the Liberal government as well. And where is it? Yeah. Where did I start off? This guy. Laughing at us. Because he's the one who's letting all this keep happening.
Oh, this guy.
This guy. Yeah, they suspended $1 billion there. What was this one? Oh, this one. Oh my God, yeah. This environment minister is he'll have us
Wait,
all
what?
living in frickin' mud huts and eating bugs, like cavemen. This man is completely out of his friggin' gorge. Okay? Everybody's got to have an EV car in Canada by 2030 or 35, sorry. 2030 all car sales will be EV. But and now he wants to remove the roads or, stop funding roads, so our roads are going to go to shit and I brought this up last week with the weight of these EV vehicles driving around on their on the roads and wearing tearing on them more, because it's no different than a transport. Well, I mean, the weight difference between an EV and a transport is greater, but still, the side roads aren't designed to have transports on them. They're designed to have lightweight vehicles, and you put in heavier, lightweight vehicles, it wears the road quicker. What's the road made of? Can you read that, Black Sheep? I can zoom in if you like.
Just have to wait for this. Asphalt is made by the fractional distillation of crude petroleum in order to dry the aggregate and obtain sufficient fluidity of the asphalt, usually called asphalt cement or binder. Both must be heated prior to the mixing to create an asphalt pavement.
This is his excuse why this will be his excuse why he doesn't want to fund it anymore. It's there we go. It's made of petroleum. It's made of oil, crude oil.
So how do we live?
Tar.
How do we eat?
How do you drive to the store to get the food to eat? How do you get to the store?
How does the food get to the store? How does the farmers get the food to the store? How does any of this work?
Are we going back to dirt roads? Well, then we need to redesign our vehicles. Vehicles that drive on dirt roads use a lot more energy and a lot more, it's a lot more wear and tear on the vehicle. So if we're going back to dirt roads, time to start growing some horses.
Well, no, you can't have horses because they're burps.
Right, they're burps.
I mean, the cows burp. So I'm guessing the cows burp too. I mean, the horses burp too.
Like, this is so ridiculous. It's so beyond ridiculous these days. It's like, how can this man, how can people follow this? Even the comments in here, and now come on, it's Reddit. As far as this left-wing thing goes, there's nothing more left-wing than Reddit these days. Twitter used to be, but Reddit now. Look at the comments. Imagine bringing in 1 million plus people per year and thinking current infrastructure is fine. The infrastructure will balance itself. So there's investments in the new high-speed rail infrastructure, right? Right? The government doesn't understand incentives. It's all basically, do you have any idea what you're going to be doing? Like, it's ridiculous.
The carbon tax wasn't enough. And
yeah, but
Mikkel says, like, they have nothing better to do than F around and find out.
Yeah, the logic of this is completely ridiculous. I understand what he's trying to do, and it's probably an admirable goal, lower our environmental impact or whatever. But until you have something to replace what exists and is functional and at the expense level as it is currently, you need to keep working at it. I don't. I don't want to become. I don't want this to become another another environmental one. I just saw this
That's
today and was like, what the? And I had to bring it up.
I was about to say that's what exactly what went into my mind was last week's live stream.
Yeah, I had to bring it up. I just couldn't believe what I saw. Yeah. All right, what do I got here? I keep putting all kinds of things up here. Oh yeah, sponsorship scandal. Yeah, I want to get back to this. So, throughout the history, it's always been liberal and conservative political scandals throughout Canada's history, because, well, we always flip blue and red, blue and red, blue and red. Although red has really gone off the rails now. You know, where you're from. Oop, no. Let's see if we can do it. Basically, everything from there down is all Trudeau. Oh, there's one more above it. That's all Trudeau. Okay. And no, that one's Trudeau. So from here, 2007, I can scroll twice and get to the end of the list. From here, oh, it's about twice the list. Okay, it's about equivalent. Anyway, yeah. What I'm trying to say is, keep getting myself distracted. It's these parties that's the problem. It's not just this leader. Yeah, we keep blaming Trudeau for everything, but, you know, honestly, was Trudeau making the actual app? No. Did he say, hey, go create me an app to a specific department? Or a department said, hey, we'll go create an app for this? Which I do believe was Marco Medicini, Bill Blair, Jean Teclou, all the people that don't work there anymore. Wonder why they quit their jobs, their prestigious jobs. Why did they quit? Anyway. Oh, right. Trudeau transferred their jobs out.
Wait, Bill Blair? Is Bill Blair still... He's still a minister, right?
Is he still a minister? I don't think he's running again if he is.
Yeah, I don't know. I know Marco for sure isn't. It doesn't. It says yeah, he's a member of the Liberal Party.
He's assumed office. Yep.
I just haven't heard much from him. It's weird how, like, if you look in
they disappear.
If you look in the House of Commons when they're speaking, they will have a different Liberal minister speak on a subject, and then next week they'll have someone else, and they keep like switching it around just so they switch the blame out for. It's very interesting how they do it.
Yeah, it's these liberal. It's the Liberal Party that is the problem, because they did all the same things back when Chrétien was prime minister as well. Back then, I was in favor of all these things, but I'm looking at it now, and like it's the exact same things. These guys, they paid advertising companies that did no work creating advertisements, and then they transferred the money back to the Liberal Party again. That's what all these ArriveScams and the SDTCs is all about. They keep transferring shuffling money around, and then you have to try and chase it to figure out where it's going. This isn't a Trudeau thing. This is a Liberal thing. And honestly, it's also, it's a Conservative thing too, because they're on that list too. They probably have more than what is shown here, much like the Liberals did. But they have things in here like the illegal donations. Appointing a judge that was ineligible to the Supreme Court. They got their things they're doing. Trying to attack the Supreme Court. Um, during election. Be careful on that.
You're glitching out quite a bit.
Oh, am I? Oh, maybe I better plug in. All right, how am I now?
Yeah. You should be better, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, everybody. But it's these parties. But because Justin Trudeau is just the leader of the party, the president is somebody named Sashit Mahara. Who the heck is that anyway? Who are you?
Is that for the Liberals?
Yeah.
I've never heard that guy either. I'm sure everyone here hasn't heard that either. Comment if you know who he is.
This is the president of the Liberal Party of Canada. This is the guy that's
What?
actually deciding what the Liberal Party of Canada does.
But how long though? Has he been president for a day? Or has he been president for the last, 4 years or 8 years?
Volunteer from the prairies for over 32 years. Proud Liberal member. So, who is this guy? Like, this is the president of the Liberal Party of Canada, and he's not even in our government.
Are you trying to make the assumption or the deduction that maybe he's the one pulling the strings, or he's part of it?
Well, this is the Liberal brand, right? They do things like this. They create sponsorship programs. They create SDTC programs. Where's that one? Here it is. Let's just do this. I think I accidentally shut it down before. $1 billion fund. After Ottawa suspends it, $1 billion fund after receiving a whistleblower complaint, which I do believe they fired both them whistleblowers after that, didn't they? During the investigation of that, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
And then you have
without pay.
Without pay. And then you have the ArriveScam, who they're dolling out money to two guys in their basement who write the freaking contract that they're gonna sign to get the contract to make $20 million to do absolute. This is a Liberal brand issue. It's not a Trudeau issue. We keep blaming Trudeau. We keep saying it. Look, where is it here? Poilievre pushes Trudeau on. We keep Justin Trudeau, biggest scandal ever. It's not Trudeau's scandal. It's a Liberal Party scandal. Why would Michelle Rempel, a member of the...
Even Poilievre is stating it. He's after 8 years of Trudeau. He always says that. He says that like 10 times a day.
He never says the Liberals. Well, I mean, they do bring it up, but Trudeau's always the target that they focus you on.
They really should focus on the Liberal Party and say it is the Liberal Party. It doesn't matter if Krista Freeland or whoever else was the leader. It'd be the same thing.
We got to ask this guy, how do you not see it? You're the one that keeps them in power, right? Right? Isn't that what you said? Leader Jagmeet Singh says New Democrats will support Liberal budget. This is back in 2022. No, I went the wrong way. It's this way. Because Singh said the budget honors the agreement he made last month to prop up Justin Trudeau's minority government until 2025 in return for moving NDP priorities, including affordable housing. How's that working out?
Oh.
You're the guy keeping him in power, dude. You're the guy that keeps this gravy train keeps on rolling. Another $1 billion there. This gravy train for these guys.
Didn't he just recently give a deadline like Jagmeet, didn't he just recently say like, oh, by April 1st, if the Liberals don't do something, like he was
Yeah,
like
for
threatening them. It's like
the pharmacare.
right.
They were supposed to have
Oh,
it for January 1st as part of the agreement that Jagmeet over here is trying to claim that, oh, it honors their agreement. Oh, sorry, I should probably do this so you can see who I'm getting this information from, or this picture. The Times colonists. Don't know where they're from.
Jagmeet needs to just go away. He has
Oh,
no spine at all.
he's got a
He
great
has no
laugh.
spine.
Come on. Look at that smile. He's the happiest man he can be.
Oh, come on, I have a way better smile than that.
I don't. I have a face for radio. But then, it's not just the Liberal Party. You know, they've got all kinds of these people that have nothing to do with what's happening in Parliament, but are running the Liberal Party and, you know, developing policy ideas and stuff like this. Policy Secretary. Here we go. Who's Mike Morrison? Is this a member of Parliament?
Who the heck is that?
I have no idea. Some goalie? I don't think that's right.
Oh, there's the pride flag. Must be him.
What? No, that looks like a German flag or something.
Oh, I thought that was.
No, that's German.
You
who's
sure?
This guy.
That one right there. At the top.
Where?
Like the first link, I thought that was a pride flag, but could be
That's
wrong.
not a pride flag. It's red, yellow, greenish, I think, or black.
Well, that's some of the colors.
It's not a pride flag. Let me see images.
Oh, we don't make fun of Jason Kenney. Jason Kenney was the old leader of Alberta. So who the heck is this guy then?
I'm not sure. There seems like there's a bunch of them, Mike Morrisons. I'm not sure if I'd be able to track this. Well, I could if I wasn't doing a live stream, track who this was. I probably should have picked someone else. There's 3 of them here. Susan
That's how
Cowell.
they get you. Past
this-
president. Used to be president.
Okay, so this
That's
young
a good
lady
one to look
here.
up.
This young lady here. I'd rather not have her picture on like that, but yeah, Susan Cowell. She says she's a politician.
He's retired. Oh no, wait, that's
She's done in 2023. She quit the 6th of May, 2023. So she's not in power. What? President of the Liberal Party. She was a past president.
But she was in office as well? Is that what it's
don't
trying
know.
like maybe she was an MP?
No, I think that was just. She wasn't in government. She was in the Liberal Party of Canada's office.
In office.
Yeah.
That is really confusing. Because if you'd state you're in office, it would be, you know, like in Parliament, in, you know.
Susan Cowan
deceiving.
is a native of Halifax. Cowan's father, Jim Cowan, a retired Liberal senator. Okay,
But
we
I
now
guess-
know how she got her job.
That her
Cowan
father was a retired senator.
Yeah.
Well, that's how Trudeau got his job, wasn't it? Because of his father.
Yeah. But we have, okay, these people that don't serve in Parliament are, okay, so let's pass.
Oh, you're glitching out again.
All right. I wish I wish I could figure out which Mike Morrison this was. But either way, there's no Mike Morrison in Parliament. I don't think so. There could be Parliament. Let's search. Paste. Search. Green Party? Mr. Mike Morrison of the Green Party? It can't be the same guy. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way.
Oh, we did talk about. I think we did talk about it last week about the Green Party, about the corruption is in the Green Party as well, and it's been there for decades.
No way.
It could be. It could be.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't think so. I just can't see.
Wait, is it Mikkel? Mikkel,
What?
the artist. No, I'm just kidding.
Is your last name Morris? No. Oh no, that's Maurice. I just seen it. Maurice. Okay,
Oh,
okay. And this guy's last name is Morrison. Morrison. Yeah, there is no Mike Morrison that I can see here. Maurice is as close as it comes. So he's not in Parliament, but he's in charge of policy. He's the policy secretary. So he's the one who, gathers up all the policies from everybody. But this isn't just a Liberal Party problem. Okay? The Conservatives have it too, but they just don't have. If you click on one of these, there's no information on them either. Just kind of like Liberals. There's no information. You can't click on any of these guys. So the Conservatives have this problem too. Like there's people in here like, who are these people? Like we're supposed to be voting for people to represent us, but these are the people that are representing the Conservative Party who Polyev serves before he serves us. This is where I have a bit of a and it really frustrates me. Now, I'm not saying having people in the background isn't important. Okay, it is important. You need to have a staff if you're going to be running in government, but it should be a government official staff. If we're going to do a party system like this, then it should be government official staff running that party system, or which then we vote in those candidates to represent in government here. But I don't know. I don't know how we could work this out, because I'm starting to think about it as I'm saying it, and it just does not sound good. NDP? Yep. This guy, his party. It's still coming soon. Don't worry. We're gonna get that information to you as soon as we can. They don't even give you the executive team's names. Yeah. This guy is like that. He's like that school, like that kid in school who just bugs you and bugs you and bugs you, and you can't do anything about it. It's just like this annoying little fly in the background. That's what this guy and his party's like. It's just the Green. They have a Green caucus, which is just Elizabeth and Mike Maurice of Kitchener. They do have a shadow cabinet as well, which is really weird.
I'll remember what I told you.
Hey, wait a minute.
And that the proof's in the pudding right there. Look at that. Look at the amount of people, and they only have 2 people in Parliament. Look at that. It just keeps going.
How can this guy be a heritage critic? I don't understand this. Are these their research people? Is that how this works? Okay, that's a shadow cabinet. These are the researchers, I think. Deputy leader and foreign affairs critic. You can't be deputy leader. You're not in Parliament.
What? Who are these people?
How can this person be a deputy leader of a federal party? This guy is not, well, but he's in Parliament. I don't know. It's weird. Shadow cabinet. But they just have the 2. When you look up the green team, that's these 2, basically. This is a shadow cabinet, which is, I do believe, the research people for them. Like critical Indigenous affairs critic, finance critic, so he probably researches anything finance-wise. Yeah. I'm pretty sure. Innovation and small business critic. Is she old enough to work for you? I don't want to stay on her picture because she looks very young.
I think she just has a young face. She looks like she could be 30. But
good, because I was like, what?
Welcome, Frosty. Welcome, Frosty.
Oh, Frosty's here. Hey, Frosty. How's it going, man? So all these parties have this. Even Mr. PPC himself. Why don't you just change the name to the Maxime Bernier Party? Because that's basically what it is. They don't have anybody in there either. They do have coordinators. Oh. Okay.
Frosty said something interesting. He said when the Green Party switched to Paul as leader and the Alberta Provincial Greens booted me from participating because of critical comments of Greta Thunberg, they lost votes.
Yeah, they're too radical. They're much like this guy.
If Stephen Guilbeault was a party.
Or
Jagmeet, yeah.
I saw that picture in on that headline and thought, yeah. I thought that was the best. They do have regional leaders, so that are not. I don't know any of these people. So it's not just a Liberal Party problem. Now the Liberal Party has a pretty shitty record for corruption, though, and scandals, and not following the rules, especially under Justin Trudeau. This is just absolutely insanity. Why can't we fire this guy? Why can't we fire this party? I don't understand this. Just think of it. At your job, if you had this many, 13 instances, okay, that your boss had to document of infractions of you at your job, had to document, even though he was on your side, because Wikipedia is very, very progressive. You would be fired long before you got to 13, would you not? How can Canadians do it? How come Canadians can't do it? Want to switch us over to media. All right.
Oh boy.
Yeah. I want to bring up a video. Okay. It's probably going to get me demonetized I'm actually expecting them to get demonetized on every time I do one of these live streams because, yeah, tends to be what happens. I'm going to bring up a video, and I want you to watch the background. Don't listen to. I'm actually probably even going to turn off the video. No, I'll leave the audio on, but I want you to pay attention to the background. Okay. Am I at it? Oh, I gotta refresh it.
Pause your music if you're gonna play video.
Oh.
Central Ontario Adventures gave an exclamation point. Hello.
Boop.
Frosty did make some comments, but that was on the old topic we were talking about. Talking about the Green Party. But I think I spoke on the Green Party last week about how corrupt they are, and they've been corrupt for a long, long time. It's not like I'll just quickly speak on it and say that my mom ran 20 years ago, and she could see it back then. So it's actually been quite a long time.
All right. It's a 2-minute video, but I'm probably only going to be playing it for about a minute. I'll unmute it, but we're probably going to rewind it when I show it. Here.
Tens of thousands of people, there's always going to be a small number of unsavory characters.
Background,
that doesn't
not this
matter
guy.
what the protest is, what the cause is. But what I see today are everywhere I go are just everyday Canadians who are peacefully assembling and expressing their point of view, which I think is shared by a large number of Canadians. And they just are here to send a message to the Prime Minister.
I think all politics.
Yeah. Where is it? Here it is. That's why I had it where it was. Okay. Watch very carefully as this happens.
Supporting about what messages they're
Watch
putting out.
these people.
As part of our job as politicians, every single
None
day,
of them are paying attention.
we
They're
make
all
decisions
looking around the
about
crowd around them.
who to meet with, who to respond to,
Wait a minute.
how to respond to them, who to engage with, if we choose to put up with and tacitly support.
Why doesn't it show me?
They don't make it easy to find it.
No.
Like, oh my gosh. It's like
Watch how they walk in, looking at the crowd around them, looking to see whose attention they get. They stop. Look how the camera is positioned with Cooper on the right with this wide open space here. And where do these people stop and watch their actions? Here, I'm even going to expand this out. Just watch them.
Reporting about what messages they're putting out as part of our job.
See, look
as
at the angle of the
politicians,
camera.
every single day.
Yeah,
we
okay,
make
they've zoomed it in
decisions
after post, but
who to
watch how
meet
they're
with,
looking around.
Who to respond to,
You see it?
how to respond.
Look at how people that are actually in a crowd just kind of walking around. Do they scan everybody around them?
Who to engage
the way
with,
those guys were? Look at these
if,
people.
We choose
Nobody's
to,
scanning everybody.
Put up with and tacitly.
But if you watch this group,
Is this the swastika group?
yeah. Well, no, this is when Cooper was there. Watch how they walk in, all grouped, looking around, watching the crowd.
As politicians, every single day.
This guy walked in, checking out this way. This one immediately started checking everybody over there. This one is watching everybody by Cooper. This one here, as this guy turns around, is watching this direction.
Well,
and then you'll see this one. This one will back up, and so that they're more hidden. And everybody is surrounding that one person that's holding it, so no one can see who that person is.
Day.
Yeah,
we
they're
make
blocked.
Decisions about who to meet with, who to.
You see what I mean?
Yeah, and they're all looking around. Yeah, that's super strange.
And then afterwards, just want, where is it? I'm not sure where it is. They talk about these swastika events. Anyway, I don't want to carry on that too much. I just wanted to show that.
But yeah, if you look at other interviews, you know, they would be in the center of the frame. The
Right.
person being interviewed would be in the center of the frame. Why is this one? Why is he to the side?
And
Like,
these
that's not
guys get the
normal.
center of the frame.
Right. Yeah, they're literally perfectly in view.
And who knows the best way to get the best camera angles? People in showbiz.
Like, I wonder who those people are. I would be 100% certain they weren't part of the convoy. Like
Yeah, the whole interaction there was quite sketchy, and I thought that was really, really interesting. So it's kind of like the media manipulating a situation and making you read a story that isn't there, right? When
it's
you
not
say
even
that?
a swastika. Like, it's
No,
literally
no, it's
just a
on the
small.
flag. It's on the flag
Yeah,
right up
it's
here.
literally just like very. Yeah, you see
Yeah,
it. It's very small, but you can barely even see it.
yeah.
And there's a million flags at the protest. Like, I'm sure many people didn't even realize it or see it. They just saw a Canadian flag.
Yeah. Have you guys seen this week? I tell you, man, you know how hard it is? We were supposed to talk about electricity this week, right? Was that not our plan?
Yeah, that was the plan. Yeah.
Electricity to human rights. Looking like that's next week, but I can't even guarantee that because every freaking day under this liberal government, under these fools, under great picture, under these fools, every day there's something new that comes up, and it's just so stupid. So I thought this was a good intro to what I'm going to bring up next. And tell me, I'm pretty sure everybody has seen this video as well. I've been super adamant that we're all lying to ourselves and we aren't living in reality and we don't recognize. Yeah, take the red pill, dude. Yeah, we seem to be helping them work against us. We're just ignoring basic things like this, like how obvious this is. Okay, you can't find this on. I tried looking for this on CBC and I couldn't find it. This was the only place I could find it. I'm not sure why it's under Yahoo Movies. That's okay. But I'm sure everybody has seen this interaction by now.
Why did your party want to grant over $100 million in regulatory relief to the mainstream media?
Good timing for that commercial. Sorry.
Media.
We don't want to give any tax dollars to the mainstream media.
Where's your ad
Our
block?
belief is that the mainstream media and all.
YouTube killed it.
Your party's decision to grant regulatory relief?
So I'll answer your question. The media that is bought and paid for. Where are you from, by the way? Which outlet are you in? Which outlet? Which outlet?
Canadian Press.
Ah, okay, Canadian Press. So you're talking about tax dollars for media. Isn't CBC your biggest? Isn't no? I can answer. Yeah, and you want to answer?
Why did the party want to grant $100 million in regulatory relief to the mainstream media?
When would you like me to respond? Okay, good. Okay, great. So, of course, you are a tax-funded media outlet and spreading Justin Trudeau's message.
Why did you
and so you're interrupting me again. You're interrupting me again. I am answering the question.
Do you regret granting $100 million in regulatory relief to the mainstream media?
Your question is false. So, if you can allow me to correct your falsehoods, then we can answer the question directly. So, false. Canadian conservatives do not believe in giving tax dollars to media outlets. That's Justin Trudeau. That's Justin Trudeau. That's Justin Trudeau. Okay, if you don't want me to answer the question, I'll move on to someone else. You're a tax-funded mouthpiece to the PMO. That's the reality. So,
question answered. You committed.
I'm trying to, but you're heckling. Are you going to let me answer the question, or are you just going to heckle on behalf of Justin Trudeau? Which is it?
I would love the answer.
Great. So our party does not support tax dollars for media outlets, because that's when we end up with biased media like you, who come here and articulate the PMO talking points rather than delivering real news to the Canadian people. Justin Trudeau gave Bell Media and other media tax dollars supposedly to protect media jobs. And then what happened? They all got laid off. So that the supposed justification for giving Bell all this money was that it was going to save media jobs.
Okay, I'm going to stop it there. I could go on, but that's enough for what I want to get into here for. Those media jobs, you have to remember, they came, the media bailouts. Where is this one here? Canadian Federal Assistance, Canadian Print Magazines. No, that's not it. Where was it? It was only for 5 years, and it was given in 2019. What year does that run out in? 2024. And that's when did Bill lay everybody off? In 2024, right? But what the lady was asking about, she actually wrote, well, the Canadian Press, which is a pretty good organization. We deliver unbiased, independent reporting. Right. That's good enough for me. How about you guys? They actually wrote a report on what they were talking about. Conservative motion, backed by the NDP, was voted against by the Trudeau Liberals, produced $40 million in regulatory relief for Bell. So it sounds like Conservatives gave Bell $40 million, doesn't it? But even in their article, they make it sound like that girl heckled him to the point that he almost moved on from the question. Heckled him about $40 million for regulatory relief for Bell. Okay, which is true, which was part of $120 million a year in regulatory fees that they don't have to pay anymore. It's because what she didn't get to was it's because he's doing what he said he was going to do, cut the bureaucracy. This $120 million is for licensing for Bell. Where's it? Regulatory relief. Amendment. Okay, Conservative and NDP MPs backed a 22 amendment to the Online Streaming Act. Yeah, C11. Opposed by the Liberals that allowed the Canadian private broadcasters to save $120 million a year in regulatory fees. Okay, so they didn't have to pay for licenses for those years, or they don't have to pay for those licenses anymore, because they wanted to lower the entrance level for, people like YouTube, or like me and Frosty and Clyde and True North and everybody else to be able to create media. They removed those licensing requirements. They opened the market up to us. So Bell got a $40 million discount. Sure they did, because they don't have to buy those licenses anymore that they used to have to buy. That's what this is about. So I'm not sure what she was trying to get by heckling him for this, because he's not giving taxpayer dollars to Bell or anybody else. He removed the red tape where Bell had to buy these licenses. where other streamers, they were working towards having to buy those licenses as well. It was a way to stop the silencing of media, unconventional media. Do you understand what I'm saying? Did you run away on me? Did I lose you?
No, I'm here.
You sure? I don't believe you.
I have. Well, I'm here, but yeah, my mind is somewhere else. I gotta. You're right. You caught me.
Where's your mind?
You
Speak your
lost me
mind.
about 5 minutes ago.
Speak your mind.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Your mind. What did you got distracted on?
Not this, that's for sure.
Okay. So that's never mind. So this woman who heckled him to death in this interview here is trying to make a big deal out of this motion. And then she turned around and sold this article here, sold it to every single other news outlet. Toronto Star, CTV News. It's the exact same title, same thing. Sold it to Toronto Star, sold it to Reddit, Medicine Hat News, MSN, CTV News even put it on their Twitter, X, Windsor Star, Prince George Post. Because if you notice, it's the same title for every single one of these. Oh, they changed the title here. Yeah. So all these media companies that were supposedly paying, well, we've been paying 600 and, what was it? $595 million for? Subsidized media. They did in that one. 129 there. 600 million. 600 million to the... Even CBC was bitching about it when the government... Yeah, this goes back to the Liberals and the way they do things. Their incompetency. Where was I? Okay, when they gave out this bailout, even the CBC was giving them shit for this. The government just made toxic media bailout plan even worse. Because when they handed out that $600 million, they let the media companies pick who got what. Throughout this article, that's what they're describing. This was posted in 2019, by the way. May 24th, 2019. But there's also one other player that got to decide, and it was Unifor. Got to decide who got the money. I feel like I'm talking to an empty room. Oh, I didn't turn my music back on, did I? No, I didn't. There we go. Ah. All right. Where's this one? Why did I want this one up? The Great Canadian Media Swindle. Federal government allocated $595 million in subsidies to news media. Yeah. And it was based on questionable data. Based on questionable competence. Based on questionable competence. Military shortage based on competence. SDPC based on competence. And then we have, just yesterday, more incompetency. It just seems this party is just full of incompetency. Because Trudeau didn't come up with this policy. This fool did. Right? Trudeau didn't come up with the idea to give out CERB. Freeland did. Marco Metaccini created this program with Bill Blair. All right. The passport, I forget who was in charge of the passports at the time. Who was in charge of passports? What would that be under? Service Canada? That would be Metaccini, wouldn't it? Again? The military shortage. That would be Sarjan and Anita Anand. Okay, these aren't Trudeau making these decisions. The Green Fund, well, I'm sure this guy had something to do with that one, but they're putting it all on this guy. So, all right, take the heat, whatever. That's not Trudeau. That's Captain Champagne. I don't know why I want to call him Captain Champagne. He looks like a little captain to me.
Sounds like a superhero.
I don't know. I don't know why. When I see him and when I hear him, I think of him like a little cartoon captain. I don't know. That's just the way my brain works. I don't know. I got no excuse, man. So I call him Captain Champagne. This guy needs to go back into orange jumper. Just for this comment, he needs to go back in an orange jumper. The level of devastation you're going to cause in Canada's infrastructure is just insanity.
So is that actually the plan? That they're going to stop
They're going to stop investing in any new infrastructure projects, new road infrastructure projects. They will continue to fund for the maintenance of what already exists. But anything new, they're not putting any money to. So, you know, they'll invite a million new Canadians to Canada last year alone, but they're not going to build any infrastructure road infrastructure for them to live here.
And roads are one of the most recycled products or something. What I heard is asphalt.
Yeah, they recycle it constantly.
Yeah.
Yep, they just add a little more diesel to it to get it to loosen up and chew it all up again and reheat it and boom, lay it back down.
No, we can't do that. That's terrible for the environment. Apparently.
Yeah. It's completely ridiculous.
Oh, I don't know. Like, how does that guy even hold a seat? Like, did anyone actually vote for him?
Somewhere.
I feel like a lot of people just vote for the Liberal Party and they don't actually vote for the candidate.
Oh, what do they call favelas? So this is what Gilbo will want our cities to look like. It's just built up on top of ourselves, just so densely populated you can't even breathe. We're going to be like China, or like these favelas that are just right on top of one another. It's absolutely insanity. What they're like, this is a neighborhood. If you're not going to build roads and you're going to invite 1 million people a year to the country, like, this is the way we're going to be living. You're not going to be able to go to work or to your grocery store or anything. How is this in a land with so much land, and when all our population is like down here and here, just the majority of our population, it actually cuts off there and it comes back in here, lives right in that little section. We have all this free land, and you're saying you don't want to build roads in it. Well, there are some roads, but there's a lot of empty sections. Like, there's not a lot of roads back in here. Not a lot of roads up in here. And seeing as global warming is a thing, not a lot of roads that go up here. There's a lot of empty space. And you're telling us you don't want to build roads. You don't want to build roads because we need to take all our oil from over here and bring it over. Actually use it. I don't know.
Oh my goodness, I'm back.
Are you sure?
Yep. Someone... I think my internet got reset or something.
Oh. I never even seen you leave.
I'm back.
I can't read what he's saying because that little heart in the corner is screwing it up.
He said, Frosty Broccoli said, it's nice though, but there's no all. We have to acknowledge there are people, groups working against, and we're going to have to push through and push aside. Easier said than done, I know.
Oh, I'm on top messages. There we go.
Oh, I was on the same thing again. I don't know why it always goes to top chat instead
I
of...
have no idea.
Kind of annoying.
It is very annoying. But my point to all this was, okay, this Liberal Party, okay, it's not just him. We keep pointing the finger at him, and yeah, he's an idiot, a child. I get it. And it seems easy because you have a face to pick on rather than just the label. But it's this whole party that's the same thing over and over again. They keep doing the same things. They're incompetent. All they know how to do is slush money out of the government and into their own pockets. Not necessarily to his pocket, but probably to his neighbor's pocket and his friend down at the club's pocket and, you know, that kind of pocket. And then that friend owes him a favor, like, I don't know, an $80,000 Jamaican vacation?
Oh.
Yeah, it is something like 2 people per square kilometer or some. Yeah, it's something outrageous. I tell you what, why don't you give everybody in this country, just pick a date, that's the cutoff date, every single person in this country, 1 square kilometer to themselves somewhere in the country, and leave us to sort it out. I think that would work out great. If everybody had 1 square kilometer.
Who gets the prime land in Ontario?
That's the problem. Is that prime land?
Lottery?
I don't know if Ontario would be prime land.
A lottery? Alright, well yeah, I guess like Alberta. Alberta and Saskatchewan.
But then again, you might move a bunch of liberals out to Alberta. And move a bunch of the conservatives out. Yeah, that might not be bad. Good idea.
Oh, there's already liberals here. Sadly.
True, but they're just in your cities. They're not around the province, right? They're just
pretty
in
much.
Calgary and Edmonton.
When I was door knocking in the most small town, there were some liberals there. They were not happy to see me. They were like, "Oh, you're with them? Oh, Get out of here. They were very mean. Their dog was really nice, though. Their dog was super nice, but they were not nice people.
I do, it bothers me that we vote politicians to this house to represent us, okay? And we do this based on faith and trust that they will honor that agreement. That's what the job is, to honor that agreement that you have, your constituents have placed upon you. But yet, it's coming more and more that they don't go there to do what we want them to do. They have special interests because they have parties that they have to answer to. And these parties dictate the policies that are actually going to be enforced. Because, let's be honest. Hold on.
Frosty said, I know Liberals in Alberta, ones who voted for Trudeau. They still supported the convoy. Most people, though, objected. The V pass, though.
You telling me these people up in the Yukon and Northwest Territories agreed to use heat pumps to heat their homes? Are you sure about that? I don't even think these ones over by Thunder Bay agreed to use heat pumps to heat their homes.
I didn't even know what a heat pump was until he started mentioning those. I'm going to be honest with you.
It works like your refrigerator. It takes the ambient air and then removes cold from it to leave the heat. Where in your refrigerator, it then disperses that cold air into inside your fridge and shoos the heat away from the. That's basically what a heat pump does. But it draws a lot of electricity, right? So I'm sure up here they didn't agree to that. It's a radiant heat. It's not really like gas heat, a forced air heat. So it's basically like electric heat, but more efficient. So dumb. I guarantee you they did not say they wanted electric heat pumps, but that's what they signed up for when they voted in their parliamentarian, right? I don't know who they are. Probably should have went to a better site, but I just went to the first one. Here we go. What the fuck? Nope. I'm sorry, that's just what?
What? That they all voted for Liberals?
No, this here, I'm just like, what? I got so lost on it. I guess I could zoom in on this, but you'll never read the names of who's who. Kind of after. Yeah.
Don't worry, I have 50-50 vision.
Yeah, no shit, eh? That's a little much. That's why I was like, what? No. This is a good enough image. I don't know who's the MPs in these two ridings here, or who the MPs up here are, but I can guarantee you no one over here asked for heat pumps to be a thing. Okay? You wouldn't be able to survive the winter up here with just heat pumps. No. And up here, it's even worse. Like, this is the Arctic. These guys are supposed to run on heat pumps. That's not happening. But that's what they voted in, because these members go to Parliament with this contract between the voter and them that they will go to Parliament and represent the voters' wishes in Parliament. But they're not doing that. They're going in there, and they're going in there with the Liberal Party of Canada's wishes for policy. Or they're going in there with the Conservative Party's wishes. Because he's going to get in there, and it's going to be the same thing. He has to answer to the Conservatives. That team that I brought up.
Yeah, that's a real issue.
The National Council.
Yeah, I spoke to, my local MP. I think I spoke on this a little bit, but, he agreed with issues on abortion and things like that. And he said that he couldn't speak on these things because, it's not what the majority wants. So even though he supports those things, he's not going to take them to Parliament, even though that's what I want. And that might be what his voters want.
But he can't.
We don't know. But yeah, he can't.
Conservatives, no way in heck they're going to be allowed to bring that up. You're a conservative writing, right?
That's correct.
Yeah.
For now.
Probably should have made sure of that before.
Yeah.
But I can go to Rhoda and say, I don't want abortion things to come in. And he won't bring it because the Liberals are all in favor of that. I'm basically in the opposite position as you.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they're two different parties. I have a Liberal MP. You have a Conservative MP, but they have both the exact same issue. They can't bring up issues of their constituents that are in conflict with the party. But the party can bring up issues that are in conflict with the voter. So when we get stuff like this, it's no wonder Poilievre keeps blaming Trudeau, because if he starts blaming the Liberal Party, then the Liberals will do the same to him, and it won't be they're blaming Poilievre, they're blaming the Conservative Party, which then it hurts the whole electoral system, and we won't be going flip, flop. We'll be going fling, flong, floom.
Okay, well, I don't know. I think a lot of what the Liberal Party says in the House of Commons is blaming the Conservative Party. They literally say it's the Conservatives doing this, it's the Conservatives doing that. I think the Liberal Party is different.
Okay, in the House of Commons, the Conservatives don't blame Trudeau. They blame the Prime Minister. They've got an easy call card. They can say Prime Minister, where the Liberals, they tend to say the leader of the Conservative Party. They can't actually say their names in Parliament, but when they're in talking to their favorite media, they do bring up names, right? He keeps calling it the Trudeau carbon tax. Well, it's the Liberal carbon tax. It's not a Trudeau carbon tax. Trudeau did not create this carbon tax. It was the Liberal Party that created the carbon tax idea. But then the media gets a hold of it, and it's just Trudeau Poilievre, Trudeau Poilievre. Give me a media story. Where do I get a search? No. I'll tell you what, do this. Let's just go CTV News. Give me.
And standing on top of the podium.
What the hell?
But
no, you don't. Where's politics? Politics. Here we go. Politics. All right. Oh, they rebranded it? What did they rebrand it to? Oh, I gotta go find out. Sorry, guys.
Oh, man, I did hear about this. They were planning to do this.
I heard they were planning on doing it. I was waiting for it. Government rebranding the carbon tax rebate. What, the check you get in the mail? That's what they're talking about.
Now they're just calling it Canada Carbon Rebates?
Why are they so afraid of calling it what it is?
It's a tax.
Yeah. They know it's a tax. Everybody knows it's a tax. Why can they not just say the Canadian carbon tax? What? Because they want you to make you think you need this money. Trying to get you hooked on that money.
Apparently, starting in April, a family of 4 will receive $1,800 in Alberta. But how much are they paying into it? It doesn't say that. Because it's a carbon tax. It's not a rebate.
The government taking money from you to give it back to you? There is no way in the world you're getting back what you put into it. Never will happen. That's so beyond dumb to actually think we are actually getting more back. I don't know how he sells that way. Like, there's so much overhead just in the administration of this program that you cannot give back more than you got in. That's so dumb. Oh, God. I don't know where I'm going anymore. I'm just kind of babbling at this point.
Yeah, I was about to say we should start wrapping it up.
Yeah.
Frosty says carbon tax equals money grab, and it makes it harder for the working folks, farmers, utility providers. It's meant to make it more and more difficult to make ends meet week to week.
Yeah, I'll expand on that. The carbon tax also makes it so you're reliant on that check coming. And if you're reliant on that check coming, you're more inclined not to vote it out. They are using that check and the increases in that check as a hook into you to hold you down. It's not that they want to help you. It's a way of ensuring that you don't go against them because you're reliant on them for that. This is going to be one of the tough things that Poilievre's going to have to deal with, is when people start to realize that they're not going to be getting that check anymore. That things will be cheaper. Well, actually, prices probably won't come down for a while, but or come down as drastically as we want them to. Because, well, once you develop profits, you're going to try and keep as much of those profits as you can.
But I'm getting none of the carbon tax. Like, it's doing nothing, because if I get a rebate, I've already paid so much in food and gas and everything. Like, I'm getting barely any of it back.
Yeah, but some people rely on receiving that check at that period of time, right? And then they allocate that check to, say, paying their hydro bill. So now they never think about their hydro bill anymore, because that check comes in, it takes it, and then their hydro bill comes out and takes it, or whatever, right? Automates themselves. All of a sudden, they don't think about that hydro bill, and they no longer get that check. Well, now they have to pay that hydro bill. And if they don't pay it, then they get that late fee and all the other jazz and the headaches that come along with that. And there's going to be a lot of shock and awe over that. And I hope people start to realize that. And that's part of the reason why the Liberals have been hinting a lot around UBIs, Universal Basic Incomes. Because they want you to think, oh, I can get this free money from the government, but it's not free. And yeah,
Money has to come from somewhere.
Yes, but if they can get that hook into you, then that's an even bigger hook into you and hold you down even more. And it's just, and then the Liberals take all that money and they start doing sponsorship scandals. Oh no, sorry, that was so Chrétien years. We now do it in ArriveScam scandals, and we do it in SDTC scandals, and we scandals, and just incompetent scandals. SNC Lavalin. Oh, yeah. Oh, Yes. I'm not sure if this was brought up. I mean, this is another point about the SNC that I hadn't actually heard until I read this. And then I went through it and was like, I think I remember something coming up about this. But the SNC made $110,000 in donations to the party through their employees to the Liberal Party. Back in 2016. Oh, they received information.
I just want to comment how I love how it actually says blackface scandal. I love how it actually says that.
Look at the smile on our child minister. Isn't he proud of himself?
Wow.
I don't know why they didn't actually put one of his photos of him actually wearing blackface for this. I think that would have been more appropriate. Then we have the We Charity, where he's trying to funnel money to his mother. And to the finance minister's family. Yeah, just, they're always trying to funnel money out of the government, out of our pockets, into their own. And then they throw us these little pittance every now and again. Oh, keep you interested. And then the carbon tax is just, one of those pittance that they throw to you that they just keep hooking you with and hooking you with and hooking you with. And that's why they keep raising it every year, even when they know they shouldn't raise it. People can't afford them to raise it, but they know that if we raise it, then they'll notice their carbon tax rebate is now bigger, so they'll stay with us. This is the plan. This is the game plan. They're not here for us. They're here to pad their own. And in order to pad their own, they need to be in office so that they can create apps to help us help them and the health network so we don't overwhelm it. It's 2 weeks to curb the... No, what was it? 2 weeks to curve the... No. I don't remember how he said it now.
To bend the curve or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
What is that? To...
2 weeks to bend the curve.
We'll
build an app for that. Meanwhile, you can't leave the country because we're not worried about creating passports unless they have my child.
Oh, my
childhood picture in it.
Michael says they charge AHST on the carbon tax.
Yep, they charge tax on tax. It's supposed to be illegal to tax a tax, but somehow this liberal government got away with it because we let them. Because the guy that... No. Did I not open a picture of Canada? Did I close it already? Yeah, I did. Because these guys up here voted for that. I don't get that. Did the guys in Newfoundland say, hey, we want to tax our tax? No. I don't think there's anybody across this country who agreed to taxing their tax. But that's what the Liberal Party of Canada decided to do. God, they should not be called liberals. We should... That is so... false advertising. It really is. And it drives me crazy that they're called liberals. Think about it. If you're a new Canadian, you come to this country and you're discovering the electoral process of Canada and you're discovering different things and you're learning the language. You learn what the word liberal means. You see that one of the parties in Canada is called the Liberal Party of Canada. So you don't know which one is the better one to choose, so you just decide, you know what? I'll go with the one that wants to talk to everybody, because that's what liberal means. And you vote for this, who talk to nobody.
So I have I just brought it up, the numbers. So in the last federal election, in Nunavut, there was only about 6,000 votes total, and the NDP won by. They only had 3,400 votes, and then you go to Northwest Territories, and there was maybe 12,000 or so people that voted, and the Liberals won with 5,000 votes, and then the Yukon with 6,000. And it's like barely any people voting. And then you go to my area, which is in Calgary, Calgary Shepherd, and he won by 44,000 votes. And there was a total of at least 65, maybe 70,000 votes in my area. But so it's like barely any people are voting for these people in the Northwest Territory. Like what like who is actually voting for them? I mean, barely any. I want to know the rate of these people voting. There's it's probably like a 10% rate or something.
I think the Northwest Territories and Yukon and Nunavut, I think their population density is so incomparable to southwestern Calgary. Southwestern or southeast? You're in southern Calgary, aren't you?
Southeast, yeah.
Southeastern Calgary. The population density, even though it is such a massive area, is so much smaller than what is in southeastern Calgary.
So in Northwest Territories, I just looked it up, there's 44,000 people that live there, and
oh wow,
12,000 of those people, so I guess 25%, give or take, voted in the election. And then I don't know if there's a way for me to find out how many people live in my little area here.
Well, in 2019, he won with only 21% of the eligible voters in Canada. This man became our prime minister, and this party decided to bend us over and just feed. I'm live, aren't I? I'm gonna stop that statement right there. Yep. Sorry. Sorry, YouTube. 21% of Canadians, of eligible voting Canadians, put this man in the position he is right now and allowed him to do this. And this. And this. And this. And this. 21% of Canadians allowed this to happen. Got their say. This party system, and none of these things, if you ask those 21%, or you ask those people over here, they're not in favor of all these ideas. These ones aren't in favor of other ideas, and these ones aren't in favor of other ideas. But somehow, that dictated our entire country to be in the position it's in today. Financially, culturally, mentally, and politically.
That is not the majority. That is not the majority by far.
That's not even a quarter of the majority. Yet he can stand up and say, majority voted. And he'll just sit in the corner laughing, going, yeah, we got your back, buddy. And let Trudeau take all the heat for everything that's happened. 21% of Canadians voted for the Liberal Party to have a minority government, and this man has decided to allow that minority to have a majority by refusing to take him out. even in the face of an illegal vote. NDP, 25 yeas, 0 nays. An illegal act on Canadian citizens. But Trudeau took the heat, right? Not this guy. And don't worry.
Jagmeet,
This headline will come up again this year when Freeland brings out the budget.
Jagmeet still brought up that it was like a occupation, and he used all the same wording about the convoy, that they were like hateful and, you know, just spreading the same lies from years ago when he was interviewed about it, you know, so many months ago. He still said the exact same thing.
There's no convincing those that disagreed with the convoy of anything different. It's believe what you want. It was kind of like while I was there. Yeah, you can call me whatever you want. I'm still being here. It ain't gonna change anything. And to this day, I still say, you know, you call me an anti-vaxxer and everything, but yet I'll give you a drive to the hospital. You want to go get your vax? No problem with that. But they still call me an anti-vaxxer. It's like, yeah. And apparently I'm a misogynist too. Yeah.
With all the women around. Get out of here, you women.
I'm a white supremacist. Okay. At what point do we just laugh him off? Laugh them off? I don't know. The party system in Canada, I understand why it's there, to group a bunch together, but I think by having people that are not elected as your council, like your council, and creating, oh no, not that one. Come on, there we go. People like policy secretaries that don't even sit in the House of Commons, has not been elected. This shouldn't be allowed. I'm not sure how we can fix it for, like, say, like the Green Party, who only have 2 MPs. I mean, that's a lot of work for 2 people. And that's why this confuses the living crap out of me, why he's the deputy leader. He's not in Parliament. That should be Mike Maurice. Not so much of a problem with, you know, the critics, because you need a team to do the research for you so that you know what you're talking on. Kind of get that. But to have actual presidents, national directors, national vice president, English and French, I mean, we're talking an organization here whose best interest is themselves rather than what they're sent to do. It's not the party system. I'm not sure how to go about fixing this, and it's frustrating to me because all we're gonna do is we're gonna flip over to this council next and let them have a kick at the can for a little while till we get mad at them, and then we'll go flip back over to this council and we'll say, hey, you give it a kick in the can. And fringe massage honest. I'm not sure what honest was.
Fringe massage. Yeah, I don't know what he said. Oh, misogynist. Fringe misogynist?
Oh, yes, I'm a misogynist. Yes.
We're the fringe misogynist.
My wife can speak to that one. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My daughter can too. Don't talk to my daughter. She's woke. That would be not good.
Oh no.
I'm horrible. I'm horrible. It's all my fault.
You're the fringe. Hey, that's exactly with my family. Oh no.
Yeah, pretty much.
I've been blocked. I've been blocked.
So, like, I don't have a problem with, these. The Greens got the best way of describing it here. Like, this shadow cabinet idea, I don't have too much of a problem other than this deputy leader part. I think this is. I'm not saying the Green are a good party. I'm saying the idea behind what they're doing here, from what I understand, I don't know. Maybe I'm 100% wrong in this, and I'm just an idiot. Wouldn't be the first time. But it seems to me, if you got a finance critic and he's not in Parliament, then I would assume what he does is he takes all the financial information that he... Wait a minute. A lot of that is confidential. I hope he... Yeah. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole at the moment. I hope he's just looking at that from the outside, or maybe he's a direct staffer. This is an awful lot of staff for a two-party fucking parliament. Party in Parliament. Are taxpayers going to be paying for all of these guys? I don't like that idea. That one don't work for me. But if it's their own, financing to have people look up things, so that I get it, researchers and all that. Bernier's the same. He's got these, but he's set up more like, what's the regional and provincial coordinators? Yeah, no, you just want money from me. All right. Do you have regional lieutenants? You do. Yeah, this is where I saw it before. So he has lieutenants for different regions, but I'm not sure what's their purpose really. I mean, actually, Bernier's not even in office, so what difference does it make what their purpose is, right? NDP, well, they don't want to tell you who's in charge of them, which is interesting.
That's just...
So how do we fix this? How do we fix the party system? Do we say scrap all the parties, and then once you come into government, then you can pick the party that you're going to form within our government only? Is this how we do it? I'm not sure. Because we seem to be putting all the blame on one person. Okay? But it's not this one person. It's all these people here that are making these decisions. Plus all the parliamentarians that are in there too. Like, I don't know. My brain is hurting now. I think I talked too much.
Mikhail said, no, we need an 8th party. We need an 8th party is all, I think. I can't see what's past, unless he said something else.
No, I don't think so. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What's the 6th and 7th? Oh, if you bring up the bloc, I won't even speak about them. They shouldn't be in our federal politics at all. I'm dead set against that. You can't convince me. There is no justification in my mind that should ever be allowed in our federal politics. They have only one interest, only one section of Canada they're interested in. They should have no right in policy making for all of Canada. No, the bloc does not deserve to be in our parliament. I'm dead set against it. And it's nothing against Quebec. I have nothing against Quebec. But to have a party that is strictly for Quebec? No, not in federal politics. That's a provincial thing.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. And it's actually Michelle. It's pronounced Michelle. Thank you, Michelle.
Oh, Michelle. Michelle Gagnon.
That makes sense. But yeah, I think we should pretty much wrap it up. And
yeah, we were there anyway. We were 10 minutes away.
If anyone has any comments for maybe ideas for next week, we possibly will be doing it on electricity.
Hey, question for you guys. Does anybody know how I can turn this? Let's see, where's the picture? Where's the thumbnail?
Michelle says, "Don't let the hole get you. Don't fall in that hole."
Where's my channel? There it is. If anybody knows how, I'll zoom in like this. How to create on this screen right now, this here, take this image, okay, and you see how I have the wording here, how it goes into the hole like that? If anybody knows how to actually make it go across the screen and go into the hole like that, I would greatly appreciate it. Reach out to me, let me know. I want a large photo of that scene. So cool. What screen?
Just of the picture of, or the small video of the guy going towards the hole.
Oh, this here? Yeah, I just found that one day and decided to add some music to it, and I turned it into a Down the Rabbit Hole. This is the theme to my Down the Rabbit Hole. I don't want to go. You can't make me. But I always end up going anyway.
So yeah, if anyone has any ideas or any comments, even after this live stream is over, you can still comment below, and we'll see you next week.
Emails on my my home channel information. Where is it? Yeah, you just click up here, and there. I'm not gonna show it online, but yeah, you just click up there, you get my email. I don't check it very often, but when I do, I may get back to you. Thinking about it, should I open up a Discord for Down the Rabbit Hole so that you guys could offer suggestions? Because honestly, it's hard for me to come up with ideas, and Blashy's been helping me recently. It really is. It's hard to constantly be coming up with different little things, and I would greatly appreciate it if you guys jumped in and pinched in as well. What do you want to hear about? Do you want me to go on and on about ArriveScam? I thought ArriveScam was kind of like beating a dead, but can't say that on. Sorry. Yeah. So I thought I would, take the ArriveScam idea and show you that it's a liberal issue. It's not a Trudeau issue. It's liberal consistency.
Do you want to end on a short clip, less than 2 minutes of Daniel Smith speaking on Gilbo saying no money for new roads?
Sure.
Here, I'll send it to you. It's in the,
Just make sure.
It's in the Discord.
I'm not even showing my my window here. Oops. Here I'm flipping around pages and going back and forth. All right, let's All right. What's this? I'm glad it's muted.
You should download Brave. I've had Brave. It uses the Chrome kind of coding, or so it's similar to Chrome, but
anyone who thinks that
it
you
has
can stop building
inbuilt
roads is
ad
obviously
blocker.
not traveled outside of Montreal very much, and doesn't understand how big this country is, and doesn't understand what it takes to get to some of our resort communities. So I would say that the Environment Minister has once again demonstrated how tone deaf he is on anything to do with environmental issues. Stephen Guilbeault needs to understand that he lost. He put together a bill that was found to be unconstitutional. It's illegal. And the court told them they had to rewrite it. And part of the reason it was unconstitutional and illegal is because they did silly things like come into our jurisdiction and tell us what projects we could and could not build, including there was a line in there that any road that was longer than 75 kilometers needed federal approval. Well, the Supreme Court has found that to be unconstitutional and illegal. So I don't take much stock in Guilbeault trying to assert that he has authority in areas that he does not. So we're going to build roads. It sounds like Premier Doug Ford is going to continue to build roads. And I think that it's just another demonstration of the ideology. I mean, 2 weeks ago, he was telling us all that we had to drive electric vehicles. And now that it's demonstrating that people don't want to buy electric vehicles at the speed and rate that he's proposing, now we see he's shifting gears, saying, well, you shouldn't drive at all. You should take the bus. Well, that's not a reasonable option in most places in the country. So I would say that he's losing credibility every single day. I don't know why his caucus and cabinet are continuing to put up with it, but that's something that they're going to have to deal with internally. But I think increasingly he's demonstrating how out of touch he is.
She did bring up something I noticed recently. Doug Ford in Ontario is all of a sudden discovering his spine. I'm not sure what's changed all of a sudden, but he's starting to stand up to Trudeau, finally, and to the federal government. He's finally beginning to, piss off, go away. Talking about any future talks about carbon taxes must go to a referendum to the people of Ontario, and stuff like this. Like, he's finally standing up to them, and I don't know. I think if there was a better option, I think he would be gone as well. But yeah. Anyway, everybody. Thanks for joining me, Black Sheep.
Yeah, thank you for having me, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah. And thank you, all you viewers, for joining me as well. Hopefully I didn't go too far off the deep end here, but I think I was kind of relevant to what I wanted to talk about. I think we really should explore ideas on how we could use the party system, yet transfer the idea so that the people have more control than the party does. I'm not sure. It's something we may have to delve into a little deeper. I know if you're a card-carrying member of the Conservative Party, you have a say, but I think there's a lot of people that vote for the Conservatives. Like, I'm going to vote for the Conservatives next, but I ain't no card-carrying holder. I think I deserve just as much right to have a say. Do you not agree? I mean, you're my member of parliament that I'm going to be voting for. So, I don't know. I think there's room there for improvements in how we do things. But the one most important thing is, we can't forget, it's not this guy. It's this party. The guy's up in the corner. And we can't forget who's laughing all the way to the bank on this. Welcome to the Fringe, everybody. Welcome to the Fringe.